Hi, Room 12. Back again, and here we're going back into our writing. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at writing an action opening paragraph. Now, last session you should have looked at opening sentence activities, looking at different types of opening sentences. Now, we're really going to focus in on action. Now, the reason why I want to focus in on that is because action's a really interesting way of starting a story. And a lot of the action kinds of stuff, it lends itself to continuing and creating more writing. So we're going to start off looking at beyond the sentencing. We're going to create a paragraph. Okay, so I've got an example up on the screen. I've actually used this in previous years. I wrote this with a previous class, so this is something that we can actually use together now. Okay, so I'm going to read it out first, and then I'm going to talk about the kinds of things that you need to look at in creating your own. Harry sprung out of bed. When he heard the bang, instantly awake and alert for any danger that might be near. Seeing movement out of the corner of his eye, Harry ducked out of the way of the club heading toward his head. Now, that wasn't meant to be a pun, but it does actually sound a little bit like one. But if we have a look at it, straight away, it gets straight into the action. And that's what we want to see in this type of writing. An action opening paragraph needs to start with some action. And straight away, the action is Harry springing out of his bed. So he sprung out of his bed in the past tense. Okay, so that's the first thing that we need to look at, the action. So you can see here that the action is what we need to look at first. Okay, then we need to think about why the action is being taken. So if we have a look at that next bit, why is he springing out of his bed? He's springing out of his bed because when he heard the bang, whatever the bang what came from or what the bang is, we don't know yet, but we know that there's been a bang, and that's why he's springing out of his bed. So that why is really important. Then we need a reaction to the action. So the reaction to his action, he's instantly awake. Okay, so instantly he's awake and alert for any danger. So his reaction, so what's happening next? Seeing movement out of the corner of his eye, Harry ducked out of the way of the club heading towards his head. Now, if I was to go back over this and make some changes, I would definitely change the heading towards his head part because it's kind of repeating itself and it sounds like a bit of a joke, really. But looking at that, you can see that the story starts with a verb demonstrating action. So Harry sprung out of bed, and then we find out why he sprung out of his bed because he heard a noise. And then the reaction of what's happening to following that is that he's out of the corner of his eye. He has to duck out of the way again. So there's lots of different things going on in that opening paragraph. It's interesting and it's exciting, and you want to find out what's happening next. Now it's your turn. You need to start writing yourself and creating an action piece of writing. So there are two different examples that I've got here for you. Okay, one is that you could base it on an accident. Okay, or two, you could base it on something to do with a haunted house. Now, there's plenty of ideas there that you can use from. Okay, so thinking about that, what is it that you can do to make it into an action paragraph? Think about something dramatic. Remember those the 3 things that you need to remember. The fourth thing is just assessing yourself. So the first thing is, what's the action? What is the action that your character is going to be doing? Then explain why they're doing that action. Then a reaction to that action. So what is happening as a result of the action that they're taking? And then that will pretty much tie up all of your paragraph together. So think about it, come up with some different ideas. If you want to really challenge yourself, go beyond just the first two possible options. Okay, you can create your own one as well. But to start off with, do 2 opening paragraphs, and that will help you to be able to get it done, and it will look really, really good, I'm sure. Okay, and if you need any help, please do contact me. Send me an email or write a comment in your doc. So once you've gotten it started. Okay? Enjoy. Bye.